Do we have any Irish people here? Any Irish people here? Oh, good. Got some Irish folks here. I got to tell you this story. A lady in Ireland, she's walking through her back garden and she hears this sound. Help! Help! It's just me, I do all the voices. She's going, help! Help! She looks down and hears a leprechaun trapped underneath a rock. So she goes over to the leprechaun, she lifts off the rock. He says, thank you very much, because he doesn't have the rock on him now. He says, I'm going to give you 3 wishes. What would you like? She said, my first wish, I'd like to be 18 again. He waved his hand, she's 18 again. He said, you have a second wish, what would you like? She said, money. Money this time around. Waved his hand, money everywhere. He said, you have a third and last wish, what would you like? She said, you know, my faithful tomcat, that tomcat's been with me forever. She said, can you make that tomcat into a handsome young man? He said, I can. Waved his hand, the cat is a handsome young man. And the young man walked over to her and said, aren't you sorry you took me to the vet now? So, for those folks that came from, any English people? Any English people here? Oh, good, I can get a ride home after the show. That's good to see. And what about Scottish people? Any Scottish people here? Oh, we do have some Scottish people here. Good. Who paid me to come in? You know, Eric, do you know the difference between a Scotsman and a canoe?
No.
A canoe tips.
Oh.
So, two ladies who've had a drink and they're stood beside this Scotsman in his kilt. And one lady turned to the other, she said, do you think it's true what they say about Scotsmen, what they do or they don't wear under their kilts? And her friend said, oh, I don't know. Oh, she said, watch this. She dropped a $10 bill beside the Scotsman. As she bent down to pick up the $10 bill, she picked up the kilt. Oh, God, she said, drop a bill. Her friend says, I've only got a 50. She said, drop it, it's worth it. Well, what about the Scotsman that's walking down Douglas Street? He comes into this pie shop. He sees 2 pies in the window. He said, how much are those pork pies? They all talk like that, don't they? He said, how much are those pork pies? And the man said, 2 for $1. He said, 2 for $1? How much is it for one? He said, 75 cents. He said, give me the other one. You got a bad cough there. Got to tell you something for your cough. Drink 8 glasses of prune juice. It won't stop it, but you'll be afraid to. I'm telling you. Yeah. For those of you that have children and grandchildren, I heard this the other day. It said, if you can get the kids to run 3 miles in the morning and 3 miles at night, they could be 42 miles away by the end of the week. If you've got kids, that's pretty good, you know. Or what about in Ireland, if you're 4 years old, you don't pay on the bus. If you're 5 years old, you do pay on the bus. This little boy's 5, but his mum doesn't have very much money. So she said to the little boy, listen, if the inspector gets on the bus when we're going downtown, you're 4 years old. He said, right. Sure enough, the inspector gets on. Inspector sees the little boy. He said, and how are you, little boy? He said, oh, I'm fine. He said, how old are you? He said, I'm 4. He said, oh, good. He said, when will you be 5? He said, when I get off the bus. Or what about the little boy that comes into his grandpa? He says, Grandpa, make a noise like a frog. And the grandfather said, what? He said, make a noise like a frog. So he went, grow, grow. Oh, he said, good, we can go to Disneyland. And the grandpa said, what do you mean? He said, I just heard Grandma tell my mum when Grandpa croaks, we can all go to Disneyland. Actually, I'm glad to see such a big crowd here because I had a second job and I've just lost that. Things haven't been going too well. I was a male stripper. They fired me because they said I made people squint. Can they fire you for such a small thing? I don't know if they can do that, can they? But this little snake is crying. He's going, hiss, hiss, hiss. And the mum says, what's the matter? And this little baby snake is going, hiss, hiss, hiss. Oh, she said, come on now, what's the matter? He said, it's the snakes in the next pit. She said, what about the snakes in the next pit? He said, they won't let me hiss in their pit. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did. I wouldn't have another drink.
No, yeah, it's a hard one to do that. And the mum said, I shouldn't worry. I knew them when they didn't have a pit to hiss in. So anyway. Oh, Eric, I think we'd better play some music here.
Yes. What about a little bit of...
Oh, I'll tell you what we haven't done.
What?
We've got some Irish people, we've got some English people over here and over here, we've got some Scottish over there. But anybody from Wales? Do we have any Welsh folks in the room? Nobody from Wales, eh? Isn't that
It's
funny?
very seldom you get the Welsh people coming out. I think they
yeah.
only come out in the one day.
Yeah, I think it is. Which